these guys really aren't that hard to handle in the early game. Especially, I have the Raider's Bane enchantment on my sword, which makes this surprisingly easy. And I want this. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Earth from my computer. Um, I have built a backpack and a bit of a windmill to house my ender portal and this little dirt farm. Coarse dirt in, regular dirt out. It's windmill powered. Um, it's a grower, not a shower. So we'll can I keep that joke in? I'm gonna keep that in probably. I'm gonna put more sales on that when I feel like it. I just don't feel like it right now. So we're here to build an iron farm, and quite frankly, I'm gonna bring the iron in from the nether, and I'm I'm both too lazy to actually build the whole I'm building a water tower here to hold lava because I thought that was a funny idea, and the config is a little slow. That's more like it. And this, by the way, is only being used so that this part can go faster because I need this area to be loaded ASAP. Oh, lagged a little bit there. Yeah, is it lagging on a single player world? I don't know. But we'll start getting some more items in soon. This is how fast these go, by the way. I don't want to make a habit out of doing this, but I do want this to work. And why didn't you load in properly? What are you missing? You're out of gunpowder. I do not have gunpowder here. The whole point of the schematic cannon was to print in this little guy, this little tiny little factory guy I got going here. It's literally just the portal, and this is going to chunk load a 3x3 area around here, which is just enough to load the trains and run the small factory. So I can load iron going in either direction, and then I'll have factory here, factory here. In fact, I'll get. I don't have anything. I don't have enough on me to outline it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll pull something off my train. And the beauty of this as well is that when the lava, when the lava thing is full, we actually don't even need. I'm not using dirt. Dirt will just turn into grass and not blend in too much. F3G. So chunk here, it's over here. So it comes all the way up to there. I will eventually break these anyway. And it looks like I was. Oh, no, I wasn't wrong. I honestly thought for a second I forgot how to count. But nope, it's that one. These two as well, but I don't really think we need everything to be chunk loaded over here. This is ideal for me as far as I'm concerned. I just have to figure out how to, like I said, fill in the rest of this area. Like, how do I make this area look like properly lived in? Like, what's an iron? Like, I'll probably have to take some of the raw. I don't think you can go backwards, but if I can get like iron blocks, because I'm going to be getting, come on, crushed raw. And I do not think that this can be turned into blocks. The urethane though, chemical vat. Ugh. I don't know if I want to mess with this. But yeah. So this guy's the goal. It's gonna be cobblestone to gravel with nuggets and lava produced from here. We'll make the crimsite crushed. We'll make It'll make the crushed raw iron and some nuggets, and then the washed iron will make nuggets with a byproduct of redstone. So 2-in-1 right here. Let's get to changing this area into a more workable space. Going to need to get cobblestone for our project. So we'll build this guy up off the ground pretty high. And then the next thing we'll do is just take a bunch of these guys. And we're going to do this on either side, of course. And instead of finishing everything like maybe I should, we're going to use it like a little ladder. The next step will be actually going downward. We'll fill this side in. And I've probably just gotten myself stuck, but of course, we have the wrench. Are we ever truly stuck in the create mode? Let's see here. Drill go here. So we're going to want our trapdoors. These don't have to be trapdoors, but I find if you're going to be walking around in the space, they tend to be nicer to look at. Nope. And I'm thinking we'll have the chains connect on this end for no particular reason. I really just don't I don't have an idea as to where I would put the chain. Well, at least let me rephrase it. I don't know where I should have them connecting, because if I put it all this way, I want to have a little decorative building over here. Courtyard in the center around the water tower. Get the glass in the center here. And the glass only goes in because we're going to be putting lava down. Let's see here. Not that many. But water will now go in here. Not quite. Hang on. Okay. Now it can go in here. That's probably what I did last time. I don't know. I pre-planned this build in Create by just building it and making sure it worked once. And by the whole build, and by the build, I don't mean the whole thing. I mean, I made each farm individually, and nothing happened. So I'm calling it a day. Gonna count the chickens before they hatch, kind of deal. Like it's all good. It's all done. It's successful. Nothing to stress over, except why I have an extra couple. Why do I have extra framed glass? Oh, because I didn't put them there, I guess. Don't know if I actually need them. In fact, I'm fairly certain I don't. Probably better to have all that in than not. It's probably also better to light up the area I'm working in, so I don't blow up the tracks. I'm going to start off by saying I'm sorry for the audio quality. We're renovating my office, so I've been relocated to the dining room, which isn't going to work, and I'm going to get hit by phantoms now. But the idea I had was I would just record all these and then do a voiceover afterward. There's no way I'm going to keep getting videos out and renovate the office / baby's room. That's gonna be a mess on its own. So, oh, by the way, my wife's pregnant. But, anyway, there's more important things to talk about right now, like Minecraft. I've been doing some things off cam. Is there a ladder here? There should be a ladder here. There is. Okay. Don't jump off the. Okay. So, okay. So, get out of here. So, what we've been working on recently. What are you? I don't want any of this stuff. How do I gotta figure out how to. That didn't ruin my take, but now I gotta figure out how to mute those things. So while I was taking apart my computer and moving things around, and I have built up some like the basics, right? So we have, I mean, this is, I guess, what it really needs: power, cobblestone, and then a little bit of iron. And that iron right there is going to be more, well, I mean, the iron here should be more than enough to produce more crimsite. Oh, and then yeah, so cobblestone ground into gravel, and lava, and iron nuggets produces crimsite. And then the crimsite's ground down over here, it produces nuggets and crushed raw iron. But I have all these over here for now. This may change, it likely will. This is very slowly climbing up. I'm thinking I can put some of my brass funnels back in. I removed them so I could build up a supply, but I would really like to have. I'll remove this one for now. We'll put you on there. Only move 64 at a time, and we'll take this from here. There. So now we should always be throwing some of that around. I want to have a supply of crimsite floating around. I don't really want to increase this right here. I'm probably going to end up doubling the production right here, which is going to be a mess, but I'll deal with that later, I guess. I'll figure that out. I just want to see if this sticks around 7,000, because I might actually use this for the building blocks, or some of the building blocks around this place, and then I was going to use my shuffle mod, and I don't want a whole lot of sanded andesite. But I was going to build up little floors around these factories, around these buildings, and then they're each going to be interconnected by like there's gonna be a brown dirt path and like a little walk, like a stair to come over this pipe, because I didn't feel like putting it in the ground, which probably would have been more logical, but whatever. A problem we have when we're building industrial locations is we often think industry, boring, gray, and then you try to overcorrect it with color. Like, if I were to make every building over here some kind of red, did I break something there? I thought I broke something. But if I were to make everything over here red, for example, it would look too... Well, you know what? Who am I kidding? I live near an Amazon data center. They still do everything in gray, but there's a little bit of color mixed in. It's that corporate neutral boring, which I don't want here. We're overcorrecting. We're putting color in this place. It might all be red with dark accents, but we're gonna put color in this place. Hello, Editor Affected Hippo here. I didn't realize that I didn't tell you about this place. I didn't tell you what Swomi looks like in the, aftermath of the build process. So what we have here are, the main production over here. This is where we have cobblestone and power generation, which you'll recall from a couple minutes ago earlier in the episode. And then over here, we've got our, we've got production where we make our. What are you doing? You're not even on anything. Well, what was I doing here? That seems a little ridiculous. I'll fix that before I leave here. She gone. Okay, so we've got the presses and the basins over there making the calcite or crimsite. My mistake. We have the crimsite being made over there. It's ground up over here, and then the product produced is a bit of iron nuggets and a bit of crushed raw iron. Now, the crushed raw iron can be washed to make more. Can be used. Crushed raw iron can be washed to make more iron nuggets, and the whole cycle just kind of continuously feeds itself. Whereas here, what I've done is gated down or controlled with the threshold switch. If we ever drop below half, the threshold switch will allow this clutch to turn the fans and the belts on, and if the guy is ever full, it shuts the fans and the belts off. So, well, maybe not the belts, but the fans off, and then you don't actually wash anything. And we're only coming out with, I think, 16 at a time. Coming out with 16 bits of iron at a time. That's the lowest point where they'll like wash the fastest. And it doesn't clog this, and the items don't get thrown off the belt, which works wonders for me. So I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, back to your regularly scheduled video. We're going on day 221 in this world with only the paving train, which is not going to cut it for me. So I'm going to get another train going. This here is a camelback locomotive. They're built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in somewhere United States. I don't really know. We're going to print this in, however, so it looks like my actual creative version, like the train I built in my creative world. And I'm recording this at midnight. I'm doing the voiceover afterwards because it sounded kind of rough, and I didn't like it. It sounded awful. So here you go. I guess this is a Baldwin camelback locomotive. It's maybe not perfect, but I quite like it. Be naming this loco Baldwin after its builder, or where it was built. I don't know. It's just what it said on the Wikipedia page. I don't feel like double checking it. And yeah, we're just going to jump right up in here, and we're going to take off. Except I didn't fill in this one little hole where the track's supposed to be when I was putting in the cow catcher there on the front. Or the plow, whatever she's actually called, technically. But on our maiden voyage with our camelback loco, I'm going to ask you to leave a like if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike. I mean, I'm the only one that can see it, but I guess it's good that I know. If this isn't your first video, if this isn't the first video you've seen me make, please subscribe. I mean, it helps me out, and it helps you see more videos like this. There will be more coming your way. And I do need to clear out some of these leaves. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.